Yeah, VegaInk food is like the most super nutrient-dense food on the planet. It's just the best food on the planet.
Spirulina.
Spirulina. This is like, it's like DNA. It looks like your DNA.
Like once you grow?
Yeah, that's how it grows. It's amazing. And it's like the easiest thing to grow in the world. It could feed the whole world. Like they go on about GM food's going to save the fucking planet, all this bullshit. They had a conference in 1964, man, in Rome. The United Nations conference. It was like a United Nations conference.
Okay.
And, yeah, they said that spirulina would save the world. If everyone started using and growing and eating spirulina, number one thing, it's really good for human health. It's like the best food for human health on the planet. Well, there's heaps of best foods, but that's like the top 10 best food on the planet. Hemp seed as well, but yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
And the United
Is it to get them food and seed as well?
hemp seed. Well, hemp seed you can't eat in Australia. It's a fucking food. We can't eat it in Australia. It's the world's best food. Every other country you can eat it. You got hemp seed ice cream and hemp seed burgers and all that sort of stuff. But in Australia we don't.
Would you sprout them or is it just like?
It's just like hemp. It's industrial hemp, like the non-drug, non-THC hemp, and they just take the seeds and then, yeah, the oil and all that. Yeah. Yeah,
And can you camouflage can you not understand which one is a seed with THC and one with a seed without THC?
I don't know. They're all the same to me.
Yeah.
But I mean, probably the ones with the more THC would be even more beneficial for humans. But we're never good. I mean, I don't know. They're decriminalizing, legalizing everywhere now, so it's possible.
So in a few generations, probably we're gonna get to the point where it gets legal if they
Yeah.
stop oppressing.
Yeah. Well, actually, they screwed it. Like the United Nations in '64, they said spirulina is going to save the planet, kill the world. We still don't know about it. Like no one in Australia knows what it is. And that United Nations, there's an evil going on there. They got this narcotics treaty, and every country can decriminalize and legalize, but only certain countries can really do that, and none of the council members or whatever. It's all just fucking big gangster corruption. It's like evil. But Washington legalized, Colorado legalized, Kentucky's legalized, and all these places, Colombia, Bolivia, everywhere's legalizing. But we never read about it in Australia, we never hear about it, we never see it.
Just empty like without THC or like?
No, with THC. Yeah.
Can you even plant it?
Marijuana, yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because anyway, like so many people just smoke, like hiding themselves.
Yeah.
It's like you will solve so many problems, peace and everything. And
Well, it's like here, we just smoke then.
just connecting with something else.
Yeah. I see that as revolution. Like, the more people... Nimbin, they just took Nimbin over by just smoking on the street. And they always do every day. It's like, the more people do that everywhere, I mean, just being careful, of course. But most of the cops, I mean, they're with us. They don't want it. They'd rather fucking plus evil people than worry about fucking tree shit.
But you see like cops like around Australia, they're like easy about weed, like rather than some of them that really face around Melbourne.
Yeah. I've had some in Sydney that just like, we were smoking bongs and they just said, oh yeah, put it out, stop that, put the bong in the bin. That was cool, but that was like, the same thing in Nimbin, and yeah, I mean, they don't care.
But like,
And the ex-police commissioner, man, Mick Palmer, he was at this drug conference, Australia 21, which is a big conference of really big drug people, like concerned people, but intelligent doctors, professors, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, he's going for legalisation. The Australian Medical Association are going for legalisation.
even them, like because they're gonna get advantage on studies or.
No, because there's good doctors now that understand that medical marijuana is good for people in pain, and it has cured cancer. I mean, it's in some people who have used it that would have died most certainly, definitely without it. And when it became illegal in 1937, the people who opposed that was the American Medical Association. They said, no, we want it to stay fucking legal. This is doctors, man. The only reason it got illegalized in America is because the fucking newspaper dude owned the newspapers, and he wanted it illegal.
Why?
Because he had 800 acres of like trees, in Mexico. He's a Mexican. He hated Mexicans, killed them. His dad made all his money murdering Mexicans. Had 800 acres of trees in Mexico, and they just invented this decorticator, which would have made hemp, like marijuana was called hemp then, and everyone just grew it. It's part of American history. Yeah, but they invented the decorticator, and that would have made hemp paper cheaper than plantation paper, or what, like proper trees, like this proper tree. So he's a bastard. That's a fucking bastard of history right there, man. His name was William Randolph Hearst, and he was he's like the Murdoch of his time. He's like the evilest person, and he got together with Ainslinger and a couple others, and they just made big bad stuff appear in the papers, and before you know it, hemp was illegal. DuPont helped because he invented synthetic oil-based nylon, and yeah, they just spent fucking 4 years making it illegal. And the American Medical Association opposed it, and now the Australian Medical Association want to help us re-legalise it, which we're doing. Yeah. I mean, start with the food for a fucking start. It's the food, man. We're Australian citizens. We demand that we are allowed to eat food.
Anyone can have a wise use of it, like even without the PhD, like as you said,
it's personal choice. If you don't want to get stoned and use THC marijuana, then don't. But if you do, then do. And if you want to eat the food that doesn't have THC in it, then you should be allowed to. Because that's not a drug. That's not the big bad marijuana. That doesn't have THC in it. It's a good for human food. Man, your kids are dying from diseases, or your parents or your grandparents or whatever. They need it. So yeah, we gotta get busy with the true blue world.